I think that consistency comes from dogs and children, which you don't want it to. You're like, no, it does come from your partner because partners are important and all that, and you think, oh, right, I've come far enough that I can say, oh, it all comes from your partner. But it really doesn't. It comes from dogs and children and your pals, and that's it. Like, it's really strange because when I was growing up, my mum and dad loved each other so much. And what happened when I went back to Scotland was that everyone I knew was like, oh yeah, my mum and dad broke up. And I was like, oh no. And my dad died and was sick, and it wasn't his fault. And so they were sort of frozen in time, my mum and dad, as this perfect couple. And everyone said that they were perfect and they loved each other so much. And so when you relate that to the rest of time, people being like, yeah, my mum and dad broke up, I go, oh, right, like, what happened? And people go, oh, my dad went off with another woman. And it's like, either he was drunk or he was sober, but either way, he went off with another woman. And I think that from that generation, at least, it feels like a women's rights issue, that you can say the majority of people were flummoxed and left. Like, the first-time wives from that generation were basically sideswiped in general. And you can't say it about every marriage, because obviously there are different ways that, men have been the consistent one, and the woman has been the one who's gone off. But for me, it's surprising, it makes me think that lesbianism actually makes sense, because why would we reward behavior like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, why would we be like, all right, because that's messed up for the first wife, it's messed up for the second wife who comes into that situation, who has to deal with all this intensity and stuff that she didn't ask for. Do you know what I mean? Like, women keep dealing with all these things that are literally these confusing dynamics that men have set up within interpersonal relationships, and I find it to be a shame. And I think that, if we could all just be lesbians, I think that's sort of like the answer, because I don't see a greater level of consistency now. I'm not like flummoxed by the array of men I see being consistent. There's a few of them. I have a handful of guy friends who are in relationships that are amazing, and they're consistent, and they're, the guys are, as loyal and beautiful as the women. But it's a handful. And I think that at this age, it should feel differently. I was like, I hope it's like, I'm never going to feel that way when I get older. I was like, I'm going to blaze a different trail. And you want to do that, and yet the parameters of the walls that you're in, you're just in a building and it has walls, and the walls are what they are. So you can't say, oh, it's not there, it doesn't exist for me. Like, it is there. So my thing is to find the greatest adventure is really to be together in a way that's as devotional as my mom and dad. In realistic terms, I think that it's possible. And at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, are you gonna mess up? Are you gonna leave? Are you gonna be a drunkard? Are you gonna be like a drug addict? Are you gonna do certain things that guys seem to do to handle things that they can't handle? Is there toxic masculinity within you, or are you like a cohesive human? Have you balanced out your humanity? That's the thing. I know that I'm not going anywhere, and that's the only thing that you can really rely upon, is like the certainty that you get when you're a wrestler is such a gift, because it makes you recognize even like a little flicker of uncertainty in other people, where you go, oh, I'm just here. Like, I'm just here all the time, every day, ready for the most loving dynamics possible for the rest of time, and most people are not even capable of intimacy, never mind commitment. So it's kind of like, what are we gonna do? It's a crazy time, because it feels like we're on the precipice of something that's life-changing. And to do that would be to rewrite history for everyone internationally.